Listen, y'all, I'm certainly not for moral victories. I actually think moral victories are for losers. But Bam Adebayo, that's what the fuck I'm talking about. He was absolutely sensational today, and it's just beautiful to see him continue this superstar trajectory right before our eyes. Now, maybe I'm also happy because yesterday I posted a film analysis on Bam Adebayo, and some people have accused me of being a jinx because the last few times I did a film analysis on some people like Jovic and then Ware, they had some bad games afterwards. But that means today I needed Bam Adebayo to play really well, and boy did he. I mean, well is an understatement. He was phenomenal today. And there's so many things about his game that I love today, from the fact that you had no Tyler Hero, obviously no Andrew Wiggins, no Khalil Ware. You were missing a bunch of guys. You were really shorthanded, just like you were the last game. But obviously this time you were missing Tyler Hero, your biggest scoring punch on the team. And when you're missing those guys, you need your star player, your max money guy to step up. And that's exactly what Bam Adebayo did. He was aggressive from the jump. He was clutch down the stretch, except that one play where the ball somehow slipped out of his hands with Max Strus guarding him. But I can overlook that one mistake, even though it was at the most crucial part of the game, because they would have never even been in a close game if not for Bam Adebayo. And to come into this game in Cleveland versus the best team in the league, on national television, on ESPN, with the whole world watching, against Evan Mobley, who is one of the front runners for Defensive Player of the Year, and to take his lunch money and to severely outplay him, to drop 34 points and 12 rebounds and 5 assists and 2 steals on 61% shooting. He was 3 of 5 from 3 to assert that level of dominance today. Oh, that has me so excited as a Heat fan. It really does, because we're continuing to see this guy grow. And I was scared earlier in the season. I'm not going to lie to you. If y'all been watching the channel, you know I was disappointed in Bam. I was critical of him. I was saying, oh no, this Heat team is screwed. In 2 years, Bam Adebayo has an extension kicking in that's paying him over $50 million. You can't pay a guy who's inefficiently scoring 16 points a night $50 million. You can't do that. But here we are, and we're seeing Bam Adebayo get to the level of play that we've seen him do before. Oh my God, the jump shot is just so silky smooth, and now he's doing it from everywhere. So I don't want the fact that the Heat lost this game, or Terry Rozier, which, my God, we'll get into Terry Rozier. I don't want that to discount the fact that Bam Adebayo is continuing just an amazing run right now, and I'm super proud of him, man. It's so fun to see, and nobody deserves it more than him. Now, I do also want to say that I'm recording this video about an hour after the game ended. Usually we do it, usually I record immediately, but today, actually the Basement Sports Network, who y'all know or may not know, I do post-game live streams on their channel. So what I do when the game's end, I record these videos for like 15 minutes, edit for a few minutes, then hop on the Basement live stream and chat with those boys, Royal, Kendall, New, Stone, Justin, all the crew over there. And it's a great time, so y'all should go check out the Basement. But tonight, Royal was generous enough to let the crew crash my channel. So tonight we did the post-game show actually live on my channel, which is really good because got a lot of support over there. We had 300 plus viewers, and it was just a good way to gain some more exposure for this channel. So I do appreciate Royal for letting me do that tonight. So if y'all were over there, I appreciate you. If you have not seen that stream, you can go check it out. After this video, we went for like an hour. Me, Kendall, New, and Royal spoke for like an hour, and it was a good time. I really have a lot of fun with those guys, and a lot of people say that they're haters over there in the Basement, which sure, they are sometimes, but, you know, this team, they're not in a good spot right now. And we have a lot of fun over there. And also, we're just there for the vibes. We're there just to have fun. And that's what the Basement is. So once again, appreciate y'all for tuning in. We got some good exposure for the channel. And if you haven't seen that and you're here, well, subscribe too, because it helps the channel a lot. Like I said, the numbers are actually important to me now because I'm working on some things behind the scenes with regards to sponsorships. Dare I say we might get someone sponsoring the videos? Stay tuned. Make sure to like and comment, because all that stuff helps the algorithm a lot, and I can't do it without y'all. Anyways, enough shameless promo out of the way. Let's go ahead and get into this game where for a second it looked like it was going to go exactly the way we expected, but no, it was actually a clutch game throughout. But we'll start in the first quarter where, of course, the Heat had to start Terry Rozier, Davion Mitchell, Alec Burks, Kevin Love, and Bam Adebayo because you had no Khalil Ware, no Jaime Jaquez, no Nikola Jovic, no Tyler Hero, no Andrew Wiggins. So they were severely undermanned today. But that's when we got Bam just out the jump, being super aggressive, attacking Evan Mobley. That's what you do to good defenders. You make them work, try to get them in foul trouble, and that's what Bam Adebayo was doing early on. We saw Kevin Love try to come out to a hot start because, of course, this is his first game ever, but actually back in Cleveland since joining the Miami Heat. So he was trying to get a couple of threes early, didn't really get them to fall. But Kevin Love was okay today. I mean, he only finished playing 16 minutes, which is probably a little bit more than he can give you at this point. I think he can play 13 to 14 minutes a night before you really start to see him gassed out. But he did have 10 points and 6 rebounds today with an assist, steal, a couple of blocks. So shout out. He only shot 3 of 8 from the field. But shout out to Kevin Love for getting back in Cleveland. They gave him a beautiful tribute video. The place went nuts. You can tell that Kevin Love is super beloved by that city, as he should be. I think Kevin Love is a great guy, and I think since he's been with Miami, he's had a couple of good seasons on the court, but his locker room presence I really think is invaluable, especially now that you don't have a guy like Udonis Haslem anymore. Kevin Love is kind of that champion vet in the locker room to kind of hold guys together, which I think this year was more critical than ever because of the whole Jimmy Butler stuff going on. So now that Jimmy situation is out of the way and we've moved on, I am curious if the Heat do decide to retain Kevin Love next season, just because Bam Adebayo he's really coming into his own as a leader. Maybe they don't think they need Kevin Love anymore, especially if he's not going to contribute on the court that much. But either way, shout out to Kevin Love, and I am a fan of his. I will be for life because even though his few years, 2.5 years with Miami, he hasn't played a ton. I just am a fan of his personality. He's always rooting for each other's success, and that's one of Spo's the oldest Spoisms. Enjoy each other's success, and Kevin Love certainly does that. But anyways, the Heat finished the first quarter only down 4, and then the Cavs went on a little bit of a run to start the second quarter. They were getting all kinds of offensive rebounds, which, yes, I know the Cavs are a bigger team. You should expect it. But it wasn't even the Cavs' bigs getting offensive rebounds in the paint. You had like Ty Jerome get his own rebound off a miss. Duncan Robinson didn't box out. You had Evan Mobley get his own rebound on a free throw. Those type of stuffs should never really happen. Bam Adebayo was still aggressive in this quarter. I just got one note that he tried to back down Dean Wade and got stripped. Bam Adebayo's face-up game is phenomenal. That's kind of what we spent a lot of time talking about in yesterday's video of the film analysis. But his back-to-the-basket game still leaves a lot to be desired because there's some plays like this where I felt like he could have attacked even more in the post, with his back to the basket. A couple times matched up with Davion Mitchell or Ty Jerome or Dean Wade, like we said. I know Dean Wade is 6'9", but he's not a defender. Bam is a lot stronger than him and should be able to back him down more consistently. That's my only gripe with Bam this season, really. But you had Terry Rozier. This is where things started to go wrong for him. He was getting cooked by Donovan Mitchell. Why the hell Davion Mitchell wasn't out there? Why isn't Spo matching all of Donovan's minutes with Davion's minutes? I don't know. We know all the time Spo likes to match what these other teams do. So if you see Spider out there, put in off night. It should be that simple. But the Heat would go down 17 because Terry Rozier was getting cooked. But then the Heat would go on a massive run on their own. Eventually, Davion Mitchell would come in. He would play super fast. He had multiple steals in which he just went coast to coast, whether he was finding guys or getting to the rim, getting fouled. He kind of looked like Norris Cole. If y'all seen some of these clips of Davion getting a steal and sprinting to the break and finishing with a crafty layup, it just reminds me of Norris Cole, man, who's obviously a great player for Miami, multiple-time champion in his stints here. But then you had, where are we at here? The Heat would actually cut the lead to 6. And then Terry Rozier so the Heat have all this momentum. Terry Rozier is running down the court. He pulls a step-back 3 in transition. And I'm thinking, no, the Heat have all this momentum, and Terry Rozier is about to ruin it. But Terry hit the 3. It was a 3-point game. And then it ended up actually being a 4-point game at halftime. So the Heat played them even in the second quarter, even though they got down by 17. And I was thinking, hey, maybe Terry Rozier is about to step up. Maybe tonight will be the night. Well, that was not the case at all, because in that third quarter, the Heat would finally take the lead with about 6.5 minutes to go off a Kevin Love free throw. And then a large string of awful Terry Rozier plays came in a row. He tried to go isolation on Evan Mobley, got clamped, so he passed it out. He got the ball right back and then tried to go isolation on Evan Mobley again. You can't. Just because Evan Mobley's a big man doesn't mean you could take him to the rim. Evan Mobley is very mobile, I guess, for lack of a better term. And Terry Rozier airballed when he tried to force up a shot over Evan Mobley. Then Terry had a 360 no-scope turnover in which he threw to the other team, which led to a layup. He missed a crazy, wild layup himself where his back was to the basket. That led to an open Darius Garland 3 in transition. Then Terry had another back-to-back turnovers. And the second one, he passed it right to Donovan Mitchell. It's not even like Donovan played the passing lanes. Terry just passed it right to him. And Donovan came down and hit a 3 himself. And then the Heat would still cut it to a 4-point lead after the Cavs run. And then Terry Rozier would miss another wide-open corner 3. Could have made it a 1-point game. And then Pelle Larsson, for some reason, had a breakaway dunk with a couple seconds to go and decided to look back at DeAndre Hunter instead of just running fast and dunking the ball. DeAndre Hunter blocked Pelle Larsson. So they had multiple chances to make it a single possession game at the end of 3. But regardless, they still played even in the third quarter as once again, it was a 4-point game. Heading into the fourth quarter, Duncan would hit a 3 to take the lead, and the Heat kind of went on a run themselves. Kyle Anderson was awesome once again, continues to play the game at his own pace, slows down the defense, find guys cutting back door. This time it was Haywood Highsmith a couple of times who got a layup once, fouled the other time. Bam hit a monster 3 to put the Heat up 7 with 7 to go. Then Bam hit another great step back, took Evan Mobley on the drive, step back midi, cash. Then Bam hit another 3. And then Terry Rozier gave up a wide open 3 to Donovan Mitchell. Terry caught the ball on the left wing, and for some reason Donovan caught the ball on the left wing, and for some reason Terry's just standing there watching him. Doesn't even put a hand up. So Donovan, after sitting there for a second, raises, cashes the 3. Rozier would then have probably his worst sequence of the game. Surprising. I know we already named 1,000 sequences here, but he missed back-to-back 3s late in the game, and this is after Bam Adebayo was already cooking. And on the second one, so Terry missed the 3. Kyle Anderson got the rebound, gave it back to Terry. Terry shot it again. He said, I understand it now. Psych! Because he airballed the second 3. Just absolutely an atrocious sequence. Terry Rozier, I believe, played like the first 11 minutes of the fourth quarter. So basically the entire quarter, the whole time we're waiting for Davion Mitchell to check in. When is Davion coming in? When is Davion coming in? Davion was having a great night. And then finally, with about 3 minutes to go, we see Davion Mitchell to the scorer's table, and he comes in for Duncan Robinson. Duncan Robinson was 4 for 8 from 3 today. But no, let's take out Duncan Robinson and put in Davion and keep Terry Rozier in there. Why Spoelstra? I don't know. I know in a lot of these videos this year, we've criticized Terry Rozier, and a lot of the comments are saying, hey, that's Spo's fault. You got to give some criticism to Spo. And I have done that this year. But I guess I need to do it more. Because why the hell are you playing Terry Rozier 40 minutes today? Terry Rozier literally played 40 minutes and 17 seconds. He played the most minutes on the team by 3 minutes. Played 3 more minutes than Bam Adebayo. Make it make sense. Oh my God, it was driving me insane. I put a tweet out that said, how can you watch Terry Rozier play basketball and not think that he's point shaving? How? If the FBI is still investigating him, just pull up 5 minutes of this game film. You'll see right away that he's point shaving, throwing the ball to the other team, missing layups, not finding Bam Adebayo. Oh, it's the most frustrating brand of basketball. Regardless, though, I think Duncan would eventually come in late. The Cavs were up like with a minute to go. The Cavs were up 3 with 29 seconds left with the ball. And Kyle Anderson made another hell of a play. Smacked the ball right out of Donovan Mitchell's hands, off Donovan's knee, Heat ball. Down 3. About 18 seconds left. The Heat would, after having to call timeout to avoid a 5-second violation, the Heat would have a beautiful inbounds pass. I think Kyle Anderson threw it to Duncan Robinson on the right side wing. Duncan shoots the ball for the tie. Bang! Wait a minute. Max Strus is in the building. You know what that means? Max Strus steps out of bounds on 3s in the clutch. Well, actually, I'm referencing, of course, that Game 7 versus Boston. That was in Miami in 2022, where the ref said Strus stepped out of bounds on a clutch game-tying 3, in which Strus did not step out of bounds, mind you. But this time, the refs did say that Duncan Robinson stepped out of bounds, and of course he did. And it just is funny because it was very reminiscent of that Strus play, and just to have Strus there, it's almost like Strus's aura of stepping out of bounds rubbed off on Duncan Robinson, and it's just that type of season, man. You have Duncan hit a game-tying 3 on the road versus the best team. Oh, everything. The vibes are great. Out of bounds. I guess Josh Richardson tendencies, too. Every time that man tried to hit a game winner, he would step out of bounds, too. But Cavs would get the ball back. hit both free throws, and that was pretty much all she wrote. To run through the box score real quick, Alec Burks, 1 of 5 from 3 today, but he's been shooting well of late. I'm not going to get on him too much. We talked about K-Love. Shout out Bam Adebayo once again. The full stat line, 34 points, 12 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals, 11 of 18 from the field, 3 of 5 from 3, only 2 turnovers. Oh, beautiful. Clap it up for Bam Adebayo. Continues to be a leader on and off the court. Truthfully, cannot say enough nice things about him. I do wonder when Tyler Hero comes back, how much of the offense is still going to run through Bam Adebayo, because I like the offense running through Bam. I do. Now, Tyler Hero has obviously shown the ability to run the offense through him as well. It just doesn't work as consistently. A lot of times when Hero has these big games, they lose. And I guess that was the case for Bam Adebayo today too, so I don't want to be hypocritical. I just feel like the stuff that Bam is doing is a little bit more able to be replicated, because he is getting to the rim more. The mid-range shot is just an easier shot than these fadeaways that Tyler's hit all season from 3. It just is what it is, and that's why we're seeing of late Tyler Hero's only shooting like 32% from 3 over the last couple of weeks, because all those crazy shots that he was hitting earlier this year are now not starting to fall. But Tyler is still improved getting to the rim this year, so I think he'll find the good balance, and he's working on his game. Like, I don't want to crap on Tyler Hero too much, but there's some things that he needs to work on, and I just feel like right now Bam Adebayo is maybe has some of those things figured out. But yeah, Terry Rozier, 12 points, 2 assists, 4 turnovers. He shot 3 of 14 from the field, 1 of 8 from 3. But no, let's not play Isaiah Stevens. Is Isaiah Stevens good? I think so, but who the hell knows? What I can tell you is that he's not going to go out there and shoot 3 of 14 and throw the ball to the other team. And at the very least, this season is completely gone to crap now, so play the guy, develops Isaiah Stevens. Develop him. Why play Terry Rozier? I don't understand it. I don't get it. I wish Drew Smith was here. I don't think Terry would ever be playing. But Davion Mitchell, Davion, I keep wanting to flip Davion and Donovan. Davion Mitchell was good today. 9 points, 7 assists, only 2 turnovers. Wow, 7 assists and 2 turnovers is great. And then off the bench, Haywood got you 13. Duncan Robinson got you an efficient 14. And shout out to Kyle Anderson for stuffing the stat sheet with 7, 11, and 7 assists. Wow. And then on the Cavs side of things, the Heat held Jared Allen in check without Khalil Ware. It's kind of surprising. You would have thought Jared Allen would have dominated, but he was only 2 of 6, 4 points, 8 boards for him. Evan Mobley, only 16 points and 13 boards. So, yeah, Bam severely outplayed him. And then Donovan Mitchell, 26, 7, and 5. Yeah, he dominated all throughout today. But anyways, that's really all I got to say for this video. The Heat's next game is on Friday, versus the Minnesota Timberwolves. It's the first night of a home back-to-back. They play the Timberwolves and the Bulls. I don't know. I keep saying every video they got one last chance to go on a run. How many times can I keep saying they have one last chance before I meet it? I don't know. Timberwolves are a good team, though, although they've been playing inconsistent. The Heat played well tonight. If they can get healthy and maybe beat some of these good teams, maybe I'll feel better. But anyways, I already did the shameless promo, so y'all know what to do. Other than that, I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace out.
Pull up in your city, tryna get that dead face. Do it on my own, I don't need no dead weight. Had to kill him off, yeah, I need that head space. You know this homegrown bitch don't offend me.